You were talking. You were telling us something about your daughter. An incident.
Yeah, so my elder daughter had drawn. She was about, I think, 8, a room, and she
Yeah.
had drawn a boy and a girl kissing. And I was going through the book and I found that. And she started crying. She started bawling. I said, "Please, Amma, sorry, I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Why are you crying?" She said, "No, please don't, punish me, beat me." I said, "This is normal. Why would I beat you?"
Yeah.
And she was a little shocked. And I said, "What is not normal?"
Sorry, I think I'm.
Did you get it?
Beena, can you just repeat that? Sorry,
Can you
sorry.
hear me?
Can you repeat that?
So I said that this is normal. This is normal. A boy kissing a girl. What is not normal is the mess in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
It's
address the.
important.
Yeah.
It's important to one, have conversations about sex.
Yeah.
It is not happening in the education system. It has to happen, the sex education, in uh, it has to happen in a way that children have empathy towards it than curiosity.
Yeah.
I have one book that I got for my girls.
Mm-hmm. What is it
This is
called? Can you?
called this is called Just for Girls.
Okay. What is
It
it? What does
speak
it have?
it speaks about uh, everything about a woman's body. It speaks about breasts being small and big, and which, okay, small breasted women, big breasted women. There is exactly the same book for just for boys.
Yeah.
So children should read both. Parents should get both for them so that the girls know what the boys going through and the boys know what girls go through.
That is so incredible. Who is the author of this book and where is this book available? Parents watching,
I know
even if
this
there are
was
no parents watching, if you have friends who have children, girls
yeah.
and boys at home, please, please.
This is written by Sarah Delmiji, illustrated by it's Paragon Books.
Okay.
This has been there since my daughter is 16 now. It's been there since about when she was about 7 years old, 6 to 7.
Just for girls, just for boys. As simple as that. In fact,
Yeah,
something that's so basic, something that's so simple, something that we carry with ourselves all our lives, our bodies.
yeah,
The society and our mindsets and misogyny and patriarchy has complicated it to such a level that we feel like it's sinful. We feel
yeah.
guilty. Young girls feel guilty when they fantasize about boys when it's actually that's what they're supposed to do. You're hitting
Absolutely,
puberty. If you don't fantasize about the other gender, what are you going to do?
exactly.
And then
And
you
that has to be told to them that it is normal.
yeah,
I felt it too.
exactly.
And my daughter came up to me and asked that, "Did you have a crush?" Of course, yes, I had a crush. Of course, why not? And also, see, the thing is that it's so twisted now. There are so
Yeah,
many avenues that the kids can go to.
yeah. Gain information from also, right?
Porn here, there, everywhere. It's so this everywhere, right? How do you like even web series? Uh, it has content there. Children are watching it all now. As adults, we also have to find out that line to draw. What can we make? We have to think very hard when we're writing stuff, when we are making stuff.
Yeah,
If you're putting in indulgent sex there, which is not required, the way we showcase
Yeah.
sexuality in our
Yeah.
films. It is so important. It is so important. As a parent, I know how important it is. And when I choose roles, I genuinely think about it, that what will my girls think when they watch it,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but I can do that because I'm an actor.
Yeah.
Parents out there who, there's so much out there, they can't control that, no. So it's very difficult to control,
Yeah. If there is a
that.
TV show or a film that's propagating misogyny or propagating some sort of strange, unhealthy sort of sexual behavior between two genders, that's uncontrollable because children have so much access to internet these
Yeah.
days. But
Yes.
if your basics are right and if you've already been groomed to an extent to sort of respect the other gender, I'm just hoping that our generation will take this pop culture and these kind of movies and these kind of music videos with a pinch of salt. For example,
That
I grew
begins
up
at
watching.
home.
Yeah,
That begins
exactly.
at home.
Yeah,
So the children, so if there are parents watching me, I don't know, there are only how many people, I don't know, who are watching,
yeah, yeah,
but they're watching us. We need to be aware of what we are doing, what we are thinking,
yeah.
what we are talking, what we are watching. They're watching us all the time.
It's so
So if
important.
those children who are going to be summoned, whenever they are going to be,
Yeah, yeah,
their parents really need to sit down and think. I'm not saying that all parents, are like that and whatever, but we all make mistakes, right? We're all human.
yeah.
We've not been given, tutorial about how to be good parents.
Yeah, yeah,
And in the
absolutely.
last 15 years, the internet boom has been so much. Nobody has been able to control it. So
And
now
it
is the
just
time.
seems like because parents are getting so much more busier because so much more money is being made and the comfort for children has become so larger than basic conversation that it
Yeah.
seems like parents and children are living under the same roof but conversations and relatability is far fetched.
It needs to go back to your own home, one,
Yeah, yeah,
to yourself as adults, and to see, mental health has been so undervalued in our
yeah,
country, in
yeah,
our
yeah,
society, that most adults who are married, who are single, are not attending to themselves. They're either trying to make more money and trying to bring stuff to their people so that their egos are inflated. It's become a vicious circle.
yeah. No, I'm so glad you brought up mental health because mental health isn't just confined to people who have some major, very big, complicated problems and
Absolutely.
older adults. Somebody as young as your younger daughter, a 12-year-old girl, may be
Yes,
having some sort of major emotional issue that she wants to come
yes,
and ask you about. And
absolutely.
I mean, you're available there for her. And how many parents can say that, right?
Because they're not available to themselves. I myself have gone through therapy.
Yeah, yeah,
I have attended to my own mental health.
yeah,
And
yeah,
today, because of which I know that that if need be, I will take them. I don't look at it as a taboo at
yeah,
all.
yeah,
But most people do. So all of that is what's happening. So you need to get back home to yourself and your own home. Like, this coronavirus has not now got us all at home talking to each other.
yeah.
This is
Yeah,
reflection time.
yeah. I
And
really
in
hope
this,
these conversations that you're talking about, this mother to daughter, father to son, mother to son,
yes,
father to daughter,
yeah,
this transparency that you're talking about, I really hope it exists, and I hope
yes,
it gets propagated amongst every family, amongst all the children out there, because what's out there at the moment is disturbing and
Yeah.
I can only tell what parents are going through. I can only tell what parents who are seeming a little helpless about not having indulged their children in the most important conversations of their lives are going through right now. So your, just before I let you go, your final sort of word of advice to all those parents who are feeling a little lost, who are feeling like, oh my god, has my child just left uh, left the house, and is she going to be able to come back safe, protect?
Um, in this world, with such exposure and with such this thing, I am a scared parent myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
sure.
But I want to say two things to the parents. One is that having faith in your kid is the biggest gift that you can give your child
Yeah,
and yourself, because having faith on your child means that you have faith on yourself, because she or he is a part of you.
yeah,
That's one. Two, talk to them. Talk to them about how they feel. I talk to my children. I don't ask them, what, how did your day go? I ask them, how do you feel today?
that's not a question
And
we ask each other. I mean, forget about parents and children. I don't think anyone
yeah,
asks each other,
yeah.
anyone asks their partner or their friend, or people have stopped asking this question. How do you feel?
How do you feel? I feel sad. I feel shame. I feel anger. I feel frustrated.
Yeah,
Let them be aware of their own feelings. Even if they are attracted to somebody, respect it, because it's natural.
yeah,
You were attracted to someone. I mean, you are a human being. You're coexisting with people. You are going to be attracted to people. Come on, let's face it, man.
yeah,
How long are we going to run away from ourselves like this?
yeah.
No. And
Absolutely.
let's not run away from ourselves, and let's teach our children to accept themselves as they are by accepting ourselves first.
That's beautiful. I think creating a secure, safe, a frank environment at home is so important. Is so important, and everything else seems like secondary when it comes to being a parent. And thank you so much for sharing those really, really precious pearls of wisdom. I wish we could talk to your children about how all of this upbringing has helped them. Sort of, I'm sure they feel they are more confident women right now. I'm sure they feel like they can really go out there and achieve their dreams without anything coming in their way. And even if there are problems that come, they can deal with it, right? Because you've equip them not just with money, but you've equip them with sort of knowledge and power that they can use to their advantage.
It's tough,
Yeah,
and I've told them it's going to be tough,
yeah,
but I've also told them you have to be brave.
yeah. We all have to be brave. Thank you so much, guys. You know, there was someone who was talking about feeling victimized in their school, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't address her. But then the call got cut in between, and if you're watching, I think her name was Namita or Namrita. If you're watching, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry for what you went through, and I really hope that you've been
Oh
able to
God.
address address the concerns and the questions in your mind. Safar is asking, how would you, as a parent, address it with your children? I think she spoke about that to sit down and talk about. But if you just really just want to, if you just want to sort of, if a parent is watching and if they want to sort of sit down and talk to their children about something as basic as sex, how would they do it? I don't know. Is there a book for this? How do you do it?
Oh well, I my children actually just came and asked me,
Yeah,
you know, what is this? How? Obviously, they were curious, and I opened a conversation with them, because primarily I feel that it's the most natural thing.
yeah. So don't close up the
Yeah.
conversation. If there are questions,
Yes.
just answer it, and don't
Yes.
lie. I think a lot of parents lie also, even in this day and age, and I don't know why they do that. Oh, Safar is saying I refer to LGBT issues. Yeah, that's another segment of a
Uh,
complicated conversation that could arise between
I
a parent and a child.
I did a very interesting film called Any Other Day where I played a
Yeah,
mother to a gay boy
yeah,
and fought with the inspector
yeah.
for him. Suffer, you must go and watch that film.
Yeah,
It
it
really
doesn't.
did very well.
I don't think it changes the answer. Even there, if see
Yeah,
sex and sexuality, no matter if you're straight or gay or you're transgender, all of this aside, a parent and a child relationship doesn't change. I'm not a mother, but
no,
I'm guessing it doesn't
yeah.
change. And your parent is the last person who would judge you. So sitting down and talking about what you feel and how you're feeling, if you're in love with a boy, hey, it's
I think as a parent,
yeah,
the biggest success, I'll have to ask my children that, but I think I've been very honest to them.
yeah,
I've borne my heart.
yeah.
And I think we underestimate children. They have so gracefully, accepted and told. So, what parents feel, the pressure that parents feel is that if I if I get weak, then my child will also be weak.
Yes, yes.
If I feel like, for example, if I feel sad,
Hmm.
I tell my daughter that I'm really sad
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because it's I'm human. I can cry.
There is this facade to put up a strong face in front of your children all the time, which is actually a facade because children will see
Yeah,
through, and children are actually the ones who can see through that.
absolutely. So I tell them,
Yeah,
and they know, okay, mom can cry. And they come and hug me. It's okay, mom. And they know, even when I cry, they know that I'm not going to give up.
yeah.
You know, I also tell them sometimes that I'm giving up. But that's what I
You're
feel.
being
I'm
honest.
just
Yeah,
being
yeah, yeah.
honest to myself. And that's what I think that's the best thing that has happened to me, that I discovered that children accept you so beautifully.
Yeah.
And
That is so beautiful, and imagine the individuals that come out of that kind of trust and faith.
yeah,
It's the first time all of this is happening to you, right?
yes,
And
yes,
if the first time is right and that experience is full, then you will
yeah,
eventually end up becoming a fuller person. I feel so.
yeah. Sometimes I feel that my elder daughter is like a little embarrassed of me when I'm like, oh, like, somebody
Tell
you
me about
like, and
tell me about your latest crush, and
yeah.
yeah,
And she's like, Mom,
talk to me
please.
about yeah. She's saying Beena with multiple A's.
Really? Oh, okay. I'm not seeing. Oh my God, so many. Oh,
I was talking to Veena about how she sort of it's important to have conversations and it's important to be an honest parent, and she didn't really have much hope from the schools around us, but yeah, hopefully
but
we
I think to depend on the school is not a wise thing to do. One must
yeah,
do your work at home.
yeah, yeah.
Everything begins at home.
Everything
Everything,
begins at home,
always.
and to normalize falling in love, to normalize,
Yeah. And just to be honest to yourself.
yeah.
Being honest to yourself teaches a lot to the children. They learn a lot from you when you are honest. And that's what I think parents need to start doing. Just be honest. It is
All
tough.
right, guys. Yeah, it's tough. No, I'm sure it's tough. I'm sure. See, you've been through a quite a dramatic life. For the lack of a better adjective, I don't know why I would say dramatic. The first thing, but I feel like it's been a tough, dramatic life, and you've chosen to include your daughters amongst all the problems that they go through, rather than exclude them and make them
Yes.
feel like you're some sort of a superhuman, right? Which no parent is. I don't
No,
think any child expects their parents to be superhumans.
absolutely. I'm flawed.
Yeah,
And I tell them that.
we are all flawed, and I mean we are we are people who form this society, right? And our flawedness and our beauty and our perfections and our imperfections form the society that we live in. And this
I
society is coming up with something like the boys' locker room and the girls' locker room, and
absolutely.
these are flaws. It's coming from us only, so, and
Yes.
I don't think we should hide from it. And I really, really hope that children don't get victimized and don't get shamed for it. And I hope there is change rather
Yeah.
than some sort of
There has to be, I was talking to my daughter the other day, there has
yeah.
to be sex education in the right, with the right approach in schools. Plus, there has to be a mental health class in every school. I was just
Yes.
joking with my daughter. I said that when I become the education minister, these are the two things I will do.
I mean, that's such an incredibly valid point.
Yeah, yeah,
Nobody spoke to me about my emotional health for 15 years
nobody.
of my life. I spent 15 years in one school and seeing the same teachers. I grew up
Yes,
in front of them and nobody asked me how I felt ever.
yeah,
It's not just a subject, it's so intricate to part of everyday life. Someone saying
absolutely.
thank you so much for doing Narita, I'm so sorry I couldn't really immediately address your concern, it got cut. But I really hope that you sort of learned from all the experiences that you went through in school, and came out of it stronger. Someone saying, Veena, you're an inspiration, you have carved your niche. Sachin Kumar, respect.
Yeah,
Hi Nisha.
Sachin.
Thank you, Narita. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Veena. I hope to have a lot more such conversations with you. In fact, I've always thought about talking with you about this aspect of your life because I don't share this aspect with you in common. And I feel like there's so many experiences that you should just write about, and record, and really put out there for people to draw from. Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
joining us with this. Akila, people are joining in right now. Guys, yeah, 11:20. But I'll put up this conversation. This conversation is about how a parent needs to cater to the emotional and uh, uh, sort of emotional needs of his or her child, and talk to them about their bodies, talk to them about their sexualities to avoid issues like hashtag boys.
And talk to the girls about boys.
Yes, and
Talk
talk to
to
the girls
boys
about it.
about girls. Normalize it. They're going to live with each other. We are not going to be there as parents. They are going to live with each other. Make sure that they have a peaceful coexisting life.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's so important that um, all children, such beautiful children,
yeah.
I my heart goes out to them because it's not them. They are in this vicious world where things are happening like I heard about the 65-year-old man raping this girl.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's horrendous.
yeah. And it's
I
happening, and it's right there in front of our eyes.
My heart, you know, breaks when I think about my girls going out there in this world and
Living their
how
life.
are going to do. But then I tell myself that you have faith in yourself that you must have done
A good
them,
job.
good job, and they will do a good job as well.
Yeah.
That's all that you can
And
do.
honestly, I'll tell you what, we can teach our children about feeling comfortable with their bodies. We can teach them about sex and all of that, but we can't teach them respect. And the main thing I
Yes.
saw in these locker room conversations was absolute lack of respect for the other gender. Forget about being a woman or a man. It's just respect for a fellow human being, and that is what was lacking, and that cannot be taught.
But that's happening in every home, Divya.
Yeah, yeah,
It's happening in 95% of homes
yeah,
where men do not respect their wives. I have people from my age group who, I still remember my friend sitting in the school and waiting for her husband to pick up the call so that she could write out a check. I said, why don't you have your own check or whatever?
yeah,
She said,
yeah,
no, I don't know what he must have done here and there, so I have to wait.
yeah,
I felt bad.
yeah,
Women have to stand up. They have to work.
and earn it. Yeah, and really earn that respect
So
because
you cannot just blame men. I'm not saying that I agree with their behavior. No, what I'm
Yeah,
saying is, if you're being a victim, then you have to get up and talk about it or say no to it.
yeah.
I know
You
women
can't
who are
continue
extremely
being a
independent.
victim.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know women who are extremely independent being a victim.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's not about being independent, you're not a victim, or being dependent and not being a victim. What I mean to say is that it's a conditioning that women have to change
Yeah. Start respecting themselves more. Start
and
respecting their
start,
bodies more.
like what you said, that men also have the pressure of looking after a family. Get
Yes.
up and look after your own family,
Yeah.
or yourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Contribute.
Contribute. Yes, I know that you are, you're the nurturer, and you have to have, if you have to have a baby, you have to go through those 9 months or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know it can happen with being independent,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stand up.
being on your own.
It's easier said than done. It's a very very tough fight, especially for women who are in families who impose 1,000 restrictions on them and all of that. You got to stand up and fight for yourself.
And I also want to say that boys who objectify women see this in their own homes.
Yeah,
And while we
absolutely.
are talking about boys in the locker room, um, uh, these are young boys. There are men who are doing it. There are millions of groups who have men talking about underage women and all those things.
Yeah, and nobody talks about them.
Marital rape is happening every day.
And it's normal. Gitika told me that there was this conversation happening on Scoop Food where men were not aware of the term and aware of the act of marital rape because they thought it was okay.
Yeah,
And women thought it was okay too.
yeah. So this is happening every day in almost every home. It's going to
And
take
your
a long
children,
time.
fortunately or unfortunately, your children are just byproducts of that. And you have
Yes.
to now shape this into being better human beings, into being human beings who have empathy and who have respect for another of a fellow human being, irrespective of gender, class, creed, economic status. It boils my blood. It makes me feel so bad sometimes to see that we live in an environment and we do not have mutual respect for one another. There are 17-year-olds talking about raping their schoolmates. There's a girl who sits next to you and she's probably reading from the same book as you, and you're talking about raping her. How twisted is that? There's
Yes.
something really, really wrong that's happening
Yeah.
in this society, and we all owe it to ourselves and the world around us to change it. It's nobody's what it's not one person's responsibility. It's not only your responsibility because you're a mom. It's not only my responsibility because I'm a wife. It's all of us. We are in it together. If we are in COVID together, we're in this together. It's the
Yeah.
same.
And this is going to be a longer struggle. This is going to be a longer and much
Yeah,
tougher struggle than
absolutely.
the COVID-19, because the virus is going to go away someday, right?
At some point,
But
there'll be
this
a vaccine
virus,
and the virus is gone.
that is deep rooted in our systems
Yeah,
will take a very long time, and we need to take it very seriously.
yeah. We need to dig
It
it
is
out
much,
and make sure
it's
that
much worse than we think it is.
yeah, it's poisonous and it's ingrained. And I say myself, being being party to and feeling uh, uh, trying to break out of that condition that I've grown up with
Yes.
every day as a girl, every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Hi guys, hi, sorry. So her first time was a super short film. Yeah,
Thank you so
all
much.
the films that we are trying to make, at least, I mean, that's
Yeah.
my aim as a filmmaker. Every film that I'm trying to make, I am trying to, in some way, go closer to an equal world for both
Yeah.
the genders, and even for people who choose to not belong to these genders. Forget about films, everything, every word we utter, if we are writing, if we are writers, if we are actors, if we are just people going out in the world every day to just sort of bring a little more equanimity in our world would probably be good. Yeah, it would probably be
And
good
I
for
think
us.
as writers, actors, creators, I think
Yeah,
we have to be extra careful of what content we write,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
what content we agree to be
Absolutely.
in,
Promote what content we promote.
because as films, people in films, we are affecting a larger number of audience,
Absolutely.
and
And look at the power that
children.
we have there.
It
Look
has
at
a
the
huge.
power. When you, as are you there? Hello.
Yes,
Huh.
it has to.
When you, as a mother, picked up
Yeah,
that,
I'm here.
yeah, when you, as a mother, in her first time, picked up that little box, okay, that you had prepared for your young daughter, there were mothers that who wrote to me from across the world, telling me that I'm
Yeah,
going to create a period kit for my daughter. And that's not coincidence. That is effective communication. And I'm not trying to sort of backslap ourselves and say that we've made a
yeah,
great film. It's just about what we're trying to communicate through our work.
absolutely, and it's very important.
Yes,
And
it's very, very
all of
important.
you who all are here watching us, you're all a very, very important part of this evolution, and beginning from yourself, talking to your own parents, your children.
Yeah.
Communication is the most important thing in our lives, and we must use it. And
Yeah, sometimes as a child, I feel like I'm turning into a parent to my dad where I talk to him about it's
yeah,
okay to talk about periods, dad. It's okay to talk
yeah,
about being gay, dad, because my father is 70 and he's still opening up to the idea of homosexuality. So
yeah,
sometimes roles reverse. And let's
yeah,
be prepared for those reversing those rules. Let's talk to our
yeah,
elderly parents about
yeah,
certain things that are supposed to be normal, but they always thought were taboo. I think that's also
yeah.
something that's very important.
Like I was talking to my mother, and my sister is much younger than me. One day I
Yeah,
was just talking to her, and I told her that, Mom, would you like to get married again?
yeah,
So if would you like to go date somebody again?
yeah,
No, 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 no. What if he has some, bimari or something?
yeah,
I say you can use condoms.
yeah,
She was shocked.
yeah, yeah. No, I
But
can't talk to my father about my single father about having another partner. It's beyond
yeah,
him, but of course that's also conditioning. But
yeah.
yeah,
But I've spoken to my children about it, and when they grow up and when they have age, I'm going to be the first one to ask them that I hope you've had sex.
yeah. And
Good
I hope it's
sex.
all good in that department. It's a very important
Yeah,
department in our lives. We never talk
absolutely.
about it. We've all
Yeah.
come out of it. All right, guys.
Oh,
Okay, okay. I've been trying to say bye to Veena for a very long time, but it's not happening. Content shown in her first time. It was superb and shown brilliantly. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. I'm going to post this video. Hopefully, you guys can share it. I'm going to
so
send it
many
to you.
people have
Now.
joined.
Yeah. Hopefully, you can share it too. And Beena's been part of some very, very beautiful films. No, it's not just been her first time. In fact, one of her latest short films, Khidki, has been released on YouTube. Even that talks about some very, very important aspects about a woman's desire.
Yeah,
And you guys should
absolutely.
totally go and watch it.
Yes,
Uh,
please go watch it. It's a Marathi film called
yes,
Khirki on YouTube.
yes. Thank you so much, and hope to have a lot more conversations with you.
Yes, we must. We must. I
Thanks a
loved your
lot.
conversation with Gitika also. I was listening to of all of it. Love you,
Yeah, yeah.
Gitika.
Yeah, I love you, Ritika. She comes from a whole,
I
she
know.
comes from a whole new world, and she has her her own sort of perspective that she brings.
What a beautiful film. Thappad.
Yeah. Yes. Thank
Very
you.
important film.
Very
Bye.
important. Everybody go watch Thappad. Everybody go watch Khirki, and let's all be like nicer people, and like let's all be like a little more evolved and a little more sensitive towards our fellow human beings.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
and be aware of ourselves and our feelings,
Yeah. Yeah.
and listen to ourselves
Listen to us.
more.
Thank you, boss.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Thank you guys. Bye. Good night.
Bye, guys. Bye, bye, bye.